I'm not exaggerating when I say that I think Jesus is the greatest teacher in history. Jesus has almost been universally accepted as a great teacher throughout history. In fact, there are many people today who, while having little use for the church or for religion, will concede that Jesus was a great teacher. But I believe that not only was Jesus a great teacher, but more than just a teacher, he was a great preacher. Jesus is also the Son of God. And through his teachings, Jesus touched more lives than anyone else in history. In fact, I think a case could be made that Jesus touched and changed more lives than anyone else in history combined. And more than just being a great teacher. Jesus' teachings are more than just great teachings. Jesus' teachings are life itself. You don't just learn things from Jesus, like how to live a certain way. Well, that is a good way, don't get me wrong, or how to act in certain situations, which you certainly do learn from Jesus, and they are good. Because Jesus is the Son of God, his teachings actually bring life itself to his students or followers. But that's another message for another time. The common thing about many of the teachings in the world is that they come and go. For example, I was probably the last generation that actually learned how to type on a typewriter, putting two spaces after a period that ends a sentence. Remember being taught the difference between pica and elite? Remember learning about the home row and the significance of a quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog? Now kids these days learn keyboarding and typing with their thumbs. Remember being taught long division? Old math became new math, and now there's a push to change again to Common Core math. Teachings come and teachings go, and teachers have to adapt or find a new profession. A good teacher never stops learning. That's a tried and true adage. Where would we be if teachers in the 1600s decided that Copernicus was a quack and still taught the sun revolved around the earth? We might never have learned the laws of motion, the laws of gravity, and most certainly would never have reached the moon in 1969. No, good teachers never stop learning, and we all have had good teachers. But let me take that even further. Good teachers never stop learning. Great teachers touch the lives of their students. Think of your favorite teacher. Nearly all of you have at least one. I actually have four, all at different times in my life. In grade school, it was Fred Lambs. He inspired me to love religion and Lutheranism. High school was Hazel Fish. She inspired me to love reading and literature, especially mythology, fantasy, and folklore. College was Tim Maschke. Dr. Maschke inspired me to take religion, and especially Lutheranism, and learn and present it in exciting and fun ways. And postgraduate seminary, that is, actually, was Norman Nagel. Dr. Nagel taught me to look at things and ways of Jesus from different angles, sometimes literally. He would lecture on who Jesus is and what Jesus taught, pacing around a room with his eyes closed, and he never ran into a wall or a desk. What makes a great teacher is that they know their stuff, they love what they do, they love their students, and they inspire a number of students per year. Jesus exceeds even the greatest of teachers because Jesus knew his stuff better than anyone else. Jesus loves what he does. Jesus loves his students. Jesus inspires more people than anyone because he died and rose again for everyone. Yes, Jesus is the greatest teacher of all.